Okay, my name's Kyle. If you guys missed our session 2 weeks ago, I did want to kind of just recap on some things in SPY and ES that we had discussed, and then kind of look at overall market quickly, and then I'll hand it over to Mario, and we'll start the scanning session. I did want to start out with the disclaimer, as always. This talk is intended for educational purposes only. It reflects our opinions and it's based on our best judgment, but no warranty is given or implied as to the accuracy of anything said here. Of course, past performance does not guarantee future performance, and no investment or trading advice whatsoever is implied by our commentary, coverage, charts, anything we suggest in this little webinar. This is purely for educational purposes. So that being said, if you joined us in the last one, we were looking at this ES level here. And now I had mentioned that, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, I like the research that they issue. They were stating that for the intermediate bullish pattern to hold, we needed to have price action basically holding these two lines right here. That you can see I'm drawing over in red. Clearly you can see, we've fallen below. We had a little pop higher. This is the daily chart, by the way, that just got rejected right in the zone. And so you've got a lot of the bigger funds looking at this, and I think they're looking to be increasing their short exposure. Now, moving forward, I'm going to be looking at the range here that we traded in most recently. So expecting some support down here if we make it down here, and just expecting the continued resistance all through here. We'll see what happens with earnings upcoming. That can really move the market in either direction. Speaking of earnings, we do have banks kicking us off next week on Tuesday. You can see the calendar here. This is via Earnings Whispers. I'll go ahead and post it up in the think tank after this. But yeah, banks are going to lead us. This is going to be kind of the start of earnings next week. So regarding flow data, if you're watching the flow, if it captures earnings, it tells you the earnings date intentionally. So if it captures earnings, you have to understand that these sweeps and these blocks, they could be holding them through earnings. It could be a speculative play. It could be protection. It could be a number of things. So that being said, keep that in mind if you're following the flow. Got banks. Netflix will be interesting. I'll be paying attention to that because that's going to give other traders and investors some kind of idea as to what FANG is going to be looking like. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Google, and so that should definitely move things next week, in my opinion. So we should have some good action. Past 2 days have been kind of slow. I've been all cash the past 2 days, which is pretty unusual for me. I'm looking for more volume to come into the market, and we'll talk about that as we get into the scanning session. That's about it in terms of the kind of bigger picture idea here on the macro. Mario, did you have anything to add?
Just a quick question. Are we recording now?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Good.
Yeah.
No. I was just double checking on that.
Yeah. There is a little bit of seasonality at play here. Of course, I do take this with a grain of salt. We did see, October through December last year, the sell-off just constant through those 3 months, but seasonality does suggest that the market does have better performance in these upcoming 3 months. So something to also consider there. But yeah, that's all I've got here. Mario, anything to add on this topic?
No, sir. I don't think so.
Okay, cool. I'll stop the share here, hand it over to you, and we could jump right into the individual names.
Okay. So, You got the screen, right?
Yep, got it. I see SPY
Okay.
on your chart here.
That should be SPY. So basically we're selling off. So 287, this is where we are. That's the 15. And one thing that I like to follow, just FYI guys, it's a good thing. If I want to be long, I don't want to see indices or stocks or anything breaking 3-day lows. Basically, that what it means is momentum is to the downside now. That's a quick way that I can assess how aggressive I want to be with my longs or my shorts. So basically, this is what we're seeing. We have a low right here, and this was yesterday, and this was today. So this is where we are. So very important level, very important what we're doing, right, what we're seeing right now after hours. Let's say, I mean, this can happen. So we just go ahead and just look at what we need to look and plan, like if it's nothing going on, basically, because any tweet can just change it. However, we are looking at a couple, besides what Kyle already discussed, the move, we're back inside the range that we talked about last meeting. Basically, I like to think about 294.21, which is all of these areas right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just write on it. I'm gonna use blue today. There you go. So that's the 294, right? And the other one is the 288, right? And that happens that right now, it's the 50 MA is right here, and the 200 MA is right here, the 287.37. So now we have like extra level or extra, let's say a cluster, more things, right? That they can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So a lot of people will be looking at those levels, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. 287.37, I'll play momentum if we have it tomorrow. If we have a market with volume, basically what Kyle has been talking is like that over the last 3 days, we've been trading very low volume. If you guys follow FinBiz or you're aware of the volume, you will know that we're trading probably 50–60% of daily volume. So that's, I mean, if we're looking at, and this is something that we should also keep in mind, is we've been going up. Basically, the rebounds in the market, they have been in with less than the average volume, and I don't like that. So when we're going up with lower volume. So these peaks right here, they were with lower volume. Okay. So now let's move to, now that we know what we're doing with the SPYs, let's look to the individual claims that we follow. Do you want to start with Apple? Why not?
Yeah, let's
Difficult
do it.
one. So last meeting, we were talking on the 60-minute chart, I think it was, 30-minute chart, that we saw a wedge pattern, something like that. And basically what I did is I just changed this right here, because what we had was this.
Right there, yeah.
Right? So we were looking at the 217, which is key. And then we were looking at this downward, what is this called technically?
Trend line.
This trend line, yeah. But this is a wedge, something.
Yeah,
a
little wedge.
I'm not familiar with those technical terms. This is what we have. We said whenever we break this, we go long. So we have the trade right here, and then the lower it gets after this is a fail breakdown. That was a good day also to play the long. I'm pretty sure some of the guys got some of this momentum right here, but once we started getting into this area, I started getting more cautious to the upside. Actually, I've been trying to short Apple over the last 2 days, but you know, it's gone nowhere basically. So that's what I changed this line right here. It stays in my charts, and that's exactly what I had, and I posted this morning, right? So I'm looking at playing this as range.
Gotcha. Yeah, 226, I had that level as well. We're sitting, I had 223 highlighted as well, and that's where we're sitting in after hours. So if we lose, I mean, just on a even talking tomorrow or the rest of this week, if we're opening at or near 223, that's going to be a level to watch. All the way down to 217 on the short side for sure.
And right now we're gapping 223 so far. That's what the gap is going to get us. Ideally, if you've been trading with me for a while, you will know that I'll always try to, if we agree that this is a range, of course, I would like to see, I would like to initiate longs into this area, shorts into this area right here, and try to cover right here. Or if it's like a real trending day, then what I will do is I'll probably get some shorts up there, and moment we start falling, cover some, and then try to do that pattern. Okay.
Sure. Gotcha.
So
Looks
217. Good. Yeah. So 217, 223. It's all based on what we hear tomorrow. Basically, how Apple opens and how strong it is, the directional move that we have.
Right. I like it.
227 will make me change my life. My life? No, I'm sorry.
You'll buy an iPhone?
My bias. No. Not the iPhone, not just yet. I still gotta save more money for that one.
Goodness.
But anyways, so basically that's the plan with Apple. Plain and simple, nothing fancy. We open in 223. I look for this. I don't want to go over 227, then try to short. Or if it's momentum, I'll probably go. Target one will be probably 218 will be good, right?
Sure. Yeah, start unloading.
And then if we get something like this, then we take it. So we all know how to trade that, right?
Right. Okay. So just to recap, range bound action, looking at 226, 223, and 217. Now, executing on this thing tomorrow, if it opens around that 223, we're watching price action to kind of establish, if we gap down and bounce, you want to see that 223 holding. If we gap down with a sell-off throughout the day, you want to see a flush through that 223, and that's where I'm going to start establishing a short position just for a day trade, like Mario just said, down to 218 to start covering that thing. So just so you guys are aware on execution for this.
And the other thing to be aware of is just Apple is so strong. I mean, we were talking about this today with Kyle, and we cannot lose perspective on what's going on with this stock. I mean, look at the daily
big picture.
I mean, look at this is the weekly actually. So we have this one right here. This is the wedge that we had it. So it's a bullish formation. Now we have, and we're right here, right? We're still up there. So it's not the best. I think someone asked me today about shorting it during the day, and I said, well, it's not the best. I mean, stock to try to short if the market is going to go up and it's strong. I mean, you can always make $1 on that one, but it should be, I mean, there must be some better candidates to pick on.
The daily on Apple is interesting because we had those inverted hammers or the shooting star. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's been keeping my eye on that too. What's your line there? What is that MA? Is that a fast like 8
this
or
one
12?
Right here? That's a 50.
No, the blue.
Oh, this one right here, the blue one. The blue one is the 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be like the first. I mean, once we go to 24, which is where we likely gonna open tomorrow, that's gonna be like the main. I mean, the first line of defense for the stronger uptrends, basically. But it should be. I mean, there's not gonna be a problem if we test 217.
Right.
Like for the longer term chart of Apple. So I'm looking at this one as a scalp, as a momentum trade for a pullback from inside of range. That's all. Then we will really need to see other thing. I know we're going a little longer on Apple, but it's just Apple is so interesting because here's how long. I'm sorry, it was a weekly chart that I wanted to show you guys. Bring this to your attention. Look at the last time that Apple actually fell. So we got some bearish formations in here, you know, the new high and then close the lows. But once you start counting, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks.
Sure, I see.
It's 11 weeks. So this thing, if we're talking about distribution, a lot of people will own this stock, and it's not gonna get distributed in a couple of weeks. So we can see this is probably a distribution. This is another one. This is another one. But we're still in 3. I mean, we've been here 5 weeks, right? Here at the top.
You got. We have on Apple. We've got earnings on the 30th. So that's coming up in 3 weeks. So that's within your kind of distribution window there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll put us like at 9, 8 or 9.
Right.
So right around here. Yep. Just, I mean, no statistics in here. It's just something that I noticed because we started talking about these tails, right? These topping tails. This is selling. This is selling right here. I mean, this is a little bit more selling here. Now we're opening here. So something to just keep in mind. That's something interesting that I saw on the Apple chart. Let's look at something else, guys. Up on the floor. Let me see what they're.
Facebook's been interesting, and then you had some notes here. 1 second. Okay, yeah, you had. I'll start with Facebook. I got your list up here.
Facebook is what we've been looking is I've been looking at the 200 MA on a daily chart, which now sits at between it was 179, 180 last time we spoke. Okay, that's where we are right here, 179, 180, right, and 184. So the intraday, what we've been seeing is this 178 is holding. I think he held like 3 or 4 days. So let's look at that one. So this is a 178, right? Not sure how aggressive we want to go with the 178, but this could be like a momentum trade that we get. Now the problem again, oh no, actually that's the level that we're seeing now after hours. We're quoting 178.16 on Facebook. So this one is absolutely a watch tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the hourly. I had 1775 and 180, kind of a recent range. And so I can't see it on your chart, it's too small, but below 177.5, I'm looking at a potential move to 174. I don't know if you're seeing the same.
Oh, you want to see
Mario.
You want to see the you want to see my 30, right?
Yeah, or the hourly.
There you go. That's the 30.
There we go. Right. Yeah. So kind of right through. You can. Oh, let me bring up the pen. Sorry. Okay. Right through here. Right. Pretty much where your line was. Boom. 1775, 178. Down to here potentially. So potentially, if this area, if we flush through this area.
Yeah, 176.63. I think that was we tested it a couple times last week, so we should see some buyers in there. So that should be target one, I'll say. But it's decent. I mean, we're talking $4 move.
Right.
And if this one is pure momentum, we should not be risking more than 40, 50 cents, right?
Agree.
Once you start coming down, I mean, it's just jump on it and try to ride the momentum.
Now, can you go back quick? I had wanted to point out one more thing here, just to
60, right?
Yeah, whatever, 30, 60, whatever.
60.
This is good right here. So looking at this, just to proceed with no bias, you can almost kind of see inverse head and shoulders here. What I'm really looking at, I'm not a big fan of the head and shoulders personally, but what I'm really looking at is this 181. Some would call that the neckline of the head and shoulders, but I just, the resistance there is going to be interesting. So if you guys don't have this level on your chart right now, check that out. How are we looking on this 180, 181 on the larger timeframes, Mario? What do you think about that level?
It should go to 184. I mean, we can easily get to the 184 line. which will be my target one right here. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that. Too much coffee today, I think. There you go. That's what I wanted to for. So that'll be my target, but it will be. I mean, I want to show you something in here.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
look.
this is interesting. This will be my main chart for Facebook right here.
Weekly. Okay.
So now we're talking a weekly chart. This is what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, which is longer term, right?
Oh, I see.
Right. And
Okay.
So
Big picture.
this is where we are. We have a lot of volume right here, guys. So this is 180. You see, this is the 180, and this is the 176. We can call it
area.
75,
Yeah,
76.
Sure.
Okay. And we have massive volume right here, guys. So I will be willing to play anything based on this chart. 181 targets in here, 184, or the bearish case too. You know.
Right. Okay.
That'll be my thing. To the downside, we don't have. I mean, we can probably have, of course, this right here. It's gonna be buyers right there, and then the 170.
About 160. I see your big support there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
But
okay,
this will be my go-to chart for Facebook.
Okay. So this Facebook is going to be like a main watch over the next 2 weeks, definitely, at least.
We can call it that, and let's go back to the 30, and let's do the let's just do the range. That's it. So guys can take a snap or how do you say that? Screenshot. Yeah, snag it or screenshot.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty clear right here. 177. We come to 174, 181, 184. But keep in mind, we're inside possible head and shoulders on a longer time frame. Okay.
Got it. Okay. Looks good. I like it.
So that's the Facebook.
All right. You had, let's see, on your list here, you had Microsoft next up.
I do have Microsoft. What I like about Microsoft is it hasn't done nothing, basically. It's been sideways for like forever now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like forever is weeks and weeks
Since July.
and weeks. You can even see it here on a monthly basis. So here's the monthly, 1, 2, 3, 4 months, right? And is that constructive? I want to think yes. This is a perfect uptrend. So stock should be. I mean, see the other one. This is a weekly, right? However, as time passes by, I start getting a little concerned about effort not being rewarded with price action. I don't know if you heard about that before, but basically when you have a lot of selling and you're not making new lows, the odds start going that you may be going up.
Going higher.
Right. So this is a pattern of accumulation, right? When we have the same at the top, so you start going up and there's a lot of effort, but you don't make progress, it could be a pattern of distribution.
Sure.
So they call it around the top or whatever. I don't think this is the case, but I won't be surprised if that happens. Why? Because it's been way too long already here. Now, when do we have the earnings for Microsoft? Anybody has
10/23.
So we're coming in 14 days.
Right.
Which is really interesting because actually we should look at this because this could be a breakout play coming into earnings. I'll follow this. Yep.
Now, I did want to point out, today we saw January, December, March sweepers, all bullish
Bullish,
activity in Microsoft. So,
which makes perfect sense because one, we have an uptrend. We basing at the highs, basically pretty, what is it, percentage wise, we're like 138 with 142, that's 4. That's like 2% from 52-week highs. So we're basing at the highs. We're still at the 50 MA. We got all the MAs in position. That we got the 200 supporting us. I'm looking for a breakout or a breakdown for a scalp. Basically, that's the way I put it. Right? We break down here. What's the price right now? 136.5. So we're gapping right here. Nothing. It won't be too crazy to place an alarm at 134 and see how we respond to that, because probably we can even play 134 to 138 and use it as a range prior to earnings, right?
Right.
Well, let's see. That's what I wanted to see right here. Look what happened, 135, and here's what happened at 134. So that was last Thursday actually. And yesterday sold off. Today we gap up, but we're still here. We can trade this range. I'd rather be bullish though. And now that you give me the information about the sweeps, that's an extra thing to keep in mind.
Sure.
It's actually, if we want to do something similar to what we did with Apple.
Now, what are you looking at? I mean, because this thing is pretty messy in terms of the range. So are you waiting for a full breakout of the range before getting active in this thing? Or are you looking more of a swing position?
I'm thinking swing on this one, and I'll be happy if I can get some Microsoft in the 134, 135.
Okay.
Not too far from earnings. So we have a couple weeks. Probably, I don't know if they're going to run it prior to earnings, probably to 140, 141, and then I'll see. I don't usually do earnings plays, but I'll bet on, I mean, we can buy it in on some weakness. Basically, that's the point I'm trying to make. We can buy it on some weakness, and knowing that basically is holding this base right here,
right?
This range right here. 134 is being buy. They've been buying 134.
Yeah,
right
definitely.
Here.
And you have
look at all the tails at 134.
This, right, kind of got almost messy, but a little bit of a wedge setting up here. I mean, it's just consolidating into that earnings, and then they're gonna pop it or it's gonna break down. But that's definitely gonna be a watch even through earnings, I think.
And remember, the market's off the highs. So, I mean, Microsoft is holding and Apple is holding. So those will be probably two that we want to take a look at in case we have a move higher.
Okay. Plus those sweeps.
Plus the sweeps, yeah. That's an extra note. We should make a note of that because I wasn't aware of that.
Got it. I got the note here.
Here's the other one we were talking last time. I don't want to keep my eyes off this one either. NVIDIA. Basically, because of the formation we have it on the weekly chart, and I show you guys what happened with this usually. So we're still working here. It's normal. We have a pullback now. That's the main point. 188, 190. I think we have some alerts right there, but I like this, right?
Gotcha.
170.
Okay.
I wish, but right. It was hard to buy that day. He was right here.
Right.
Too hard.
Let's see. Yeah, NVIDIA looking. I mean, it's been respecting the levels well on the shorter time frames. 177. I've got 181 on this one also. So
And here's something else to bring to your attention, actually, guys. Right here. Is that yellow okay? Should do something like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the 50 about to cross the 200.
Okay. So crossover.
Yeah. So to the downside, they call it depth cross. To the upside,
Right.
I don't know what they call it. But basically, we're coming from what we can consider um, uh, accumulation formation right here, bottom information. Look at the double, like look at W or whatever, and now we
Sure.
just coming right here, and now we have the momentum shifting by the 50 going over the 200. So that's something I want to keep in mind when I'm playing.
That's on your daily. Okay.
Yeah, that's on my daily. The MAs I have it on my daily. So that's what we have right now. We have the monthly also. 192 will be the entry, and actually that'll be the high for the day. I'm sorry, high for the year, 2019. I mean, the high is 192.66. So that could be also. I'm gonna write down that number. 192.66 is new high for the year.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So we got the 190. See, I have my alarm right here. 190. We almost hit it a couple days ago, and it got sold. So now we can go into here and look at the 188, 188. Still within the range. Is a wide range. I'd love to have it at 170 again. 172. We'll be trading so far. We're here at 177. So we're middle of the range. So we still have room to play it. Basically, could be a momentum short to 172, and then I'll probably do or be bullish again on the name over 182, 183 to play momentum.
Okay. Looking at tomorrow, rest of this week, I like it. Everything after hours came down to nice
levels.
Right. So I'm looking tomorrow, guys. Watch this 177. Again, with execution on this thing, you want to see how it's going to treat that level, and then if we're trading below on good volume, you can start to look at price action coming down to the next support zone. There's going to be a 5-point move, which you don't even need to capture the whole thing, but it's going to be, there's some sizable gains to be had there. And then on the upside, 177, if it holds up to 180, 181 area, maybe through here.
Yep.
So
prior to the gap down that we have in the market, I have 180, 180 as my level for tomorrow.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, to go high. I mean, to go long. So I was looking at actually, where's the 180? Like right around here.
Got it. Okay. And that's going to start to fill this gap. Gotcha.
Exactly. That would have been my looking for 185, 188, and then the real trade. When I say the real trade, that's
the one. Big breakout.
Yeah, that's a big breakout. That's the one I don't want to miss. I'll tell you a sad story later on, but that's the one I don't want to miss.
Now this thing on Monday, don't forget it got upgraded with an outperform with a price target at 217. Now I always take these analyst things with a grain of salt, but people are going to be thinking about that. So I'm just more concerned with the overall market sentiment here, especially with this after hours move, as to whether or not.
I still haven't forgotten about the Goldman Sachs guys downgrading Apple. When was that? Like a week ago, a week and a half ago?
Yeah, that was pretty recently. That was pretty
right before the new highs, right?
Right. Yeah. Scuba was commenting on that pretty aggressively.
Yeah. Didn't like that great at all for Apple. But I mean, that's how much. I mean, and those guys are the Goldman Sachs. So yeah, that was interesting. So NVIDIA definitely, guys. I mean, I'm looking at the longer term charts. I like the 180. I like the 170. We can play it both sides because there's a lot of momentum, but don't forget about those big levels like 170. And especially, look at this. I mean, this, we're talking 170, but we have 173 right here. The cross of the two MAs, right? So 173 is definitely something to look at too. 173.
So on this one, to recap, looking to basically scalp the recent range off key levels, both directions, and then once it starts making that move to your 182 up there towards 189, we'll start to look for more aggressive long exposure here, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Because the longer term charts are showing us probably targets in the monthly will be like 225s right around here. And this volume profile, we can easily go to 37, you know.
Oh, wow.
Once it gets momentum. So I want to make sure we capture a little bit of that. And NVIDIA, and then we have
now on your notes here, you had RH. That's not one I'm not familiar with that one.
Restoration Hardware. It's just the biggest bull so far in the market. I traded, but I'm not sure how the options, so you can take a quick look at that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not the best. They're definitely not the best. You could manage this, but something to keep in mind if you guys are looking at this Restoration Hardware, the spreads are a little wider, or about right at 10%. And personally, for me, that's the cutoff. I'm not looking at spreads that are greater than 10%. It's just too wide, because if you think about it, if you get a bad fill,
yeah,
you open it and you're sitting at, a 5% loss immediately. So yeah.
Okay. Only reason that I was jumping to my radar basically is because this is what's going on with this stock. So we have a bullish formation. I mean, strong move. Yeah, and now we're right here. This is when the market try to pull back. We held, so we have a bullish pattern right here, right at the MA, bull 180 right here formation, boom, new highs, pull back, held the MA again, and here we are for tomorrow, 170.45. We're not gapping down. I think this is mostly what they call American exposure. I don't think they do much business in China.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll keep you guys posted, because I'll probably do some stocks with this if momentum is there. So this is a chart right there, and
so you're looking at 174 here.
I'll be right with my cursor right here. 175, 175.06 with momentum. You take it 175 to 178 at least. And if we're lucky and we buying a breakout day, well, you know what happens. Expansion and everything.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So
next up, you had, let's see, ULTA. Makeup.
You don't trade that one either, right?
I have before. Let me look at the Restoration Hardware. I've never traded, but I've played some ULTA before. Let's see. Yeah, volume on options is definitely better here. So I could get in with this thing, definitely. I haven't targeted it in a while.
Yeah, it's horrible, basically. We go to the monthly chart. That's what we have, and that's what caught my eye, basically. New highs, sell off. So now we're sitting right here in these two months, actually. Now we go to the weekly, and this is what we have. So I was looking, I think, let me double check my notes, but I was thinking 236, 237 is the key level on this one for direction. 236 to 237, exactly. Which is this red line right here. Okay.
I see. Okay. So you're looking at you're ideally looking for a flush through this thing, through this support to
Correct.
get some short exposure.
Correct.
Okay. Down to 230
Down to
or
230
225?
plus 220. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And now if we go to the daily, this is actually what happened. So we have a big gap down. That was not a red bar like that. It was a big gap down, sideways move. We started the bottoming phase right here, new highs. So we got a lot of bulls trapping here. That's how I like to think about it, right? So when you think about it like that, it's basically now these guys are trapped. Came right here, now they trapped. So we have this, and tomorrow we don't know yet where we're gonna open. So if you see my alarm right here, that will be if we get momentum. Always, guys, if we get the momentum, right? That's the entry.
Right. So wow, that's
235.27.
right.
235.
Okay. So we're looking at a move through Tuesday's low. Correct? Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Tuesday's
Yep.
low. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I'm making a note. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so mostly not really looking at playing this thing to the upside at all. Mostly just looking for the short setup, and if it doesn't give it to you, leave it alone.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, we got to start thinking about it. I mean, if we really want to go long, it's got to be 241, 242. And then if it starts running, we will have plenty of time to trade it long. But I don't want to get involved right here when we have a clear downtrend right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, whatever caused that huge gap down, I'm assuming it was earnings, is definitely concerning from a bigger picture point of view. So I see. Okay. Good to know. I got some notes on that. Moving forward, let's see. You had Qualcomm, QCOM on your list here.
I think QCOM, two of the guys posted in the room a couple of days ago. What was the idea with Qualcomm? What do we see on Qualcomm? Actually, I don't see much. I think what we were. Yeah, probably this breakdown on the 74, but to 70. We're in the middle of the two moving averages. Yeah.
Right.
What I like is this move right here. Big up move from 58 to 90.
Right.
But right now we're like right in the middle. A lot of noise. So
yeah. I mean, I do see if you leave it on that one. I do see kind of, it's just a little bit, a little bit of a wedge here, but you almost need a move through, or you need a test down here almost at your 200. That's your 200, right?
Yes. Basically, I mean, we're trading right now 72.90. So I don't know if the guys that were asking about this in the chat, I mean, if you really want to go short, I mean, it's 73 to 70.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Short 73, go to 70.50. That's your money. Take it and wait and see what happens. Because okay. I don't see much. I mean, I don't see. Like,
it's not that exciting.
It's not that exciting. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Amazon. We touched on this in the last session.
We did traded Amazon a couple days.
Right.
And I think the daily chart is the one we were trading, right?
Right. Well, I mean, if you look, we were looking at this, right? And I mean, we wanted to see this kind of candle down here, but I mean, as you can see, after a few days, I just started taking my eyes off of it, just because this is like, you don't want to get caught in that with Amazon.
Yeah.
But we are still under right here, 1745 area. So
1740, I think we were talking, right? 1740. Okay. That was, and I think we played it, and we went 1720 one day, and then it just went back on us. So It was nothing exciting, basically. They didn't have much of profit on that one. But here's something to keep in mind. There you go. That's the death cross.
Cross under.
Exactly. That's the cross under. And I think that the we were talking was, I didn't want to get involved until we broke 1660. If you have, I think we should have our notes around here, but I think that'll be the big level, because it's 1660.
On your weekly, where are you at?
I'm just trying to recall it from memory. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking.
This is the point. I mean, this is the point we were trying to make that day, right? We got the 20 right here, and now we're making this one right here. Now we're testing the moving average.
I think you're looking at this. Your June low right there.
The June low, yeah, that's the 1660, I think. Yep.
Okay.
So this is longer term. It got a little extended based on this indicator that we have right here. So we're out of the zone. This is the zone basically right here, 300 to 1500, which is ridiculous, but yeah, that's what it is. So we can easily have a pullback to 1600 on some weakness, right? But I don't play this on a month, because I don't play that long of time frame, right? What we need is a little move intraday, ideally couple days, and that should make us happy. So this is a 1600, and that'll be the target. Now remember, this is what we were losing, the 1800, right? So there's a lot of volume right here. We have this move that tried to break out, and then we have it was negated. We broke under 1740. That's the level right there. I remember the level. That was the short, 1740. Why am I using that one? Sorry about that, guys. That's the 1740, and then we have 17, and this will be the ultimate target, right? And nothing has happened basically to Amazon. We just trading this top information or this range here are at the tops, right? This is basically last year sell off. I don't expect that to be, but look how we can easily test the 1600.
Yeah, right. So keep an alarm right here, June low, basically. Definitely. And yeah, that looks like I got 1672. So call it 1670. Even through 1700, this may get interesting.
If we go, let's do the exercise. Let's go to the hourly chart. Look at through 1700. We can even probably do 1700. Look at 1705.
Right. Well, that's going to be a big psychological level for people. Nice round number.
Because one thing's for sure, that 1740 worked. Because I got stopped.
It did. It was just choppy. I mean, it didn't give the.
It was hard. I mean, it was hard to hold that short. It was really hard. But when we look at hindsight 2020, it was a really good short. 1740, 1740 again, 1740, 1740 again.
Sure. Right.
Not bad. And look at the range. We're right there, 1710.
30-point range, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not crazy about that, but if we can get some momentum right here, where's Amazon? Oh my God, 1702 now.
Yeah.
So we're gapping right here.
Right. Okay. So that may be a watch for tomorrow versus the 1700 there.
Right at 17. Yep.
Yeah. And then even keeping an eye on, I'm sure people have some stops down here on 1685, whatever it looks like last Thursday. Swing stops, I bet, are hiding right there. So be another thing to watch.
So that's Amazon, yeah, 17.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. There's been a lot you know, we've been kind of stalking this ATVI. I know they had some kind of negative press yesterday or the day prior, but the technicals are still holding up fairly well. I wanted to see 54 holding, but we do have larger levels at 52 and 50, I believe, on the longer term. Yeah, on the bigger picture here. So
53.50, I think he held today, but now we're 52.70. I mean,
right.
aftermarket. So I'm not going to pay that much attention as for now, but I think 53.50 held today. I added, I'm long this one, tier 2 now. And this is the second part of the trade. I think we shared with the guys.
Yeah.
We traded this, which is the pattern that I've just described for you guys. Long time accumulation. You can see the volume right here. We started buying, I think it was 40, 47, something.
Yeah.
So this is the first trade, right? Out of the accumulation, you're coming to here. This is the 56, target 1, you out. Now, what are we expecting here? We expect a pullback. Like all of these people, some of the shorter term will be taking profits right here. So we have some profit taken. Now we have buyers stepping in here at defending 50. So we should have a new.
Yes.
Right.
Right. I love it. Yeah, that 50 is
I know
right
some
there.
people like
50
this.
was nice. Oh, cup and handle.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Right. That's what it is, sort of. So we're worried. Ideally, we don't lose 50. Now we are going to have the market dropping really hard. I won't be surprised if we have this this type of move, right? That day, it looks horrible right here, but I think it wasn't that bad on the on the intraday chart. Let's see it right here because it was a gap down day, right? And it was actually, but that's a 50-25.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that actually produced a nice hammer on the daily, which I think we got long.
Yep.
For another play through here.
Yep.
For another swing there. So I'm interested. I know you're already in. I'm interested in adding this thing again. So definitely be keeping that on watch. Just with the market sentiment right now, you know.
I'll get really worried once we break 50-25. Otherwise, I'm just like I told you, I'm tier 2, so I still have like a quarter, 30% of my position that I can still put in, and I got in at a good price too. Yesterday I added. That was not a good one, but I think I added last week, so it was around here. So this is like probably my average right now. I can go down 52. Should not be a problem for me. Try to pick up some. And I still like the trade. I think it's just time and market, right? Because this is the other thing I like, the 52.05 on a daily.
Oh, you're 50. That's your 50, right?
That's my 50 MA, and this is my 200 MA. So we have the cross right here. We have the move, hard, drop hard, but this is buyer step in, defended, the moving averages went up. So we make a new pivot right here. Well, here's the problem with the market, right?
Right.
So that's definitely a watch.
The bigger picture here is what is appealing to this one in my mind, the daily and then that weekly that you showed. So I think I agree with you on that 50-25. If that area can hold, this thing is still very bullish on a longer horizon. Few weeks.
And I will have an alarm over today's high, 54.70 also. Right.
Gotcha.
So I'll be looking at the 52s, 51-ish, 51.50, and then 54.65.
Got it.
So that's ATVI.
Now, one we've been kind of messing with this week and a little bit last week, Tesla. I don't know if we talked about that in the last session, but I've been making some scalps here and there on Tesla that I've been paying.
Can double check because I think we did. Tesla. Notes. No, we
Did we
didn't.
talk about it? Yeah, I don't think we did.
No, NVIDIA, Amazon, Roku, Shop, Netflix, Facebook, Apple, and BA last meeting.
Right.
So we didn't talk about Tesla.
Okay, so this would be kind of refreshing here.
Let's see what we have. Oh, look at the. I like the monthly actually. Look at that. So 234 is a level, key level. 234, 235. Right.
Right.
37. It's 200. So we can call it all of this part right here. This hammer that we're forming right here. And then we go to the weekly. Let's see what we have. So for the weekly, we're in a range, clear. Yep.
Right.
30 to 50.
Yes. But it's been paying. That range has been good.
Range bound. Yep.
The one thing I do like about Tesla is that it doesn't move as strongly with the market. It seems it's kind of a little bit, it's got like a mind of its own. It still respects the technicals, but it doesn't move so specifically with SPY like a lot of these other names will. So it can be kind of interesting.
It respects the emails from Elon, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on in here. Hey, it's clear, guys. I mean, pick your bottle right here. 250, 230. We still have the 200 over the 50. So once we cross, we're gonna be in the NVIDIA territory.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna have some resistance at that 200.
250, 253.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go
now yeah, that's what I want to see.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
this thing
range.
has been good. I mean, well, just on my chart, I've got 230. Oh, that's messy. And 228 is kind of a support zone shown here, down to 223. So yeah, pretty much right through here. Now, on the top side, what are we looking at? 248. So you got a nice range to play with on this one.
On the top side.
Yeah, resistance there, 248 area, or do you just want to call it 250? I mean, I'm talking about, right? Do you see my line there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 248. That's target one.
The question is, do you want to start taking a long position over 248, or do you want to wait for, the 250?
The answer is another question. Do we have a range, or are we playing a new trend?
Well, based on what I'm seeing on the chart right here, I'm thinking potential breakout. I don't have the daily right in front of me. Potential move up to this 253, which I know corresponds with your 200 MA nicely.
Yeah.
And so what I'm wondering is if, do you want to attempt to capture this, 3-4 point move up to the 253, or wait for 250, wait for this high before getting long there? Just spitballing ideas here, but
yeah, but it all depends on, exactly, on the strategy that you want to deploy, you want to use, right? Because I think my target is like 256, 253, 256,
okay.
Right? Like the ultimate target,
right?
Which is when we come all the way to the left, we're gonna see this formation.
Right.
That's very telling for me, right? But to play that, I will have to have Tesla going over 247.50 and holding. So
okay. So call it 248. I mean, you could have the 50 cents.
Exactly. So for me, it'll be something like this thing coming right here and then long.
Right.
Right.
The thing with the Tesla is that when it makes that move, it really makes that move. At least in my experience playing Tesla, I mean, it has no problem making a, a 2 or 3 point move in a matter of minutes. So set those alarms early is what I'm
Yeah.
saying on this one.
What we have is these lines right here, 234 and 228. That's that's another tool that I use. And basically, this is where most of the volume have been done in 2019.
Okay.
Okay, so it's for the whole year.
Right.
Okay, so when I put the brackets right here on my post, I put something like this, 234 by 228, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so that's the bracket. So that means
Oh,
that you see what happens last time that we tested the bracket right here, 228, 228, 234. I think one of the guys that plays momentum took it from here and on and on and on. This is 3 days up, basically. That's what we have. We have 1, 2, 3 days. That's what we are.
right.
And now we have 3 days into
Resistance.
correct. So I'll be looking for a better entry.
Right. Well, I mean,
unless we have momentum. If we have momentum, I don't have a problem. I just go long, right?
I see. Okay. So if you're considering, so you got a level here at 248, just talking in terms of execution on this thing, you're willing to take a short back down here to 240 potentially, correct or no?
If we fail, so
right,
basically,
of course.
yeah, if we fail, right?
Okay.
We come here and we try to make a new high and we go 247 and then it starts dropping, I'll take it. Or if we go here 246 and then we break 244, I mean, basically, I'm just gonna write it down right here because it's pretty straightforward. Like right here, I'm looking at 244.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
So you'll even take the 244 down to 240?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. So this is going to be probably a decent one to watch for tomorrow as we're near this kind of hourly or 30-minute range high, if you will.
Because we're assuming that tomorrow we're going to have a down day, right? So yeah, probably that 244. Actually, I'm looking at pre-market and we're already 240, 250. So probably that's going to be the play, 244. And we can have 240, 237, 238.
Right.
As targets.
Okay, good stuff. That's a good one. So,
but I call it a range as of now, right?
I agree. Okay. The ranges can pay though, especially on these aggressive movers.
Yeah, I don't mind playing range. I mean, actually, with these high beta stocks, I don't mind playing range.
Right.
Yeah, actually, it's easier for me.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Than having to chase something up and it's going up 10 points, 15 points, and you're like, oh my God, I can buy it here. So, range is not that bad actually.
So 248, 244, which was today's or yesterday's low, down into 240 as a PT1 target 1.
And 238 PT2.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 238. Yeah. So we got some notes for tomorrow and a potential watch list.
Yep.
Now for longer term here, we're talking.
I'll need to see a break 260, 250 something, 260.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, and then we play because then we'll play the weekly chart. I'll go to the weekly chart trying to get to 300, 290.
Yeah.
You'll be this, right?
Let's see. Okay, so way actually, up there. But you're not coming right here. You won't come in at the 249, 250 area and kind of ignore this. You want the break.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
So that's selling, no? That's selling.
Right, I see. I'm just
yeah.
I may come in there's just, slight differences in style and strategy, but I may come in somewhere at the 250 with lighter size and then look to add when you're first initiating a position. But
That
yours is less risky because I could get rejected through here. So
that's a great alternative. The only reason
right.
that what I'll do that is because that
Gotcha. Okay.
right. So this
Right.
level right here. I mean, the 260. The oh my God. I mean, he got hit hard last time, but it could have.
Right.
It probably was news or Elon tweeting or
Well, I
that's
mean, you bring up a great point because look at last year. Look how it built that support on 260. And so that's gonna, this is gonna be a big key level
yeah.
on this thing.
Now
Okay.
when we look left, yeah, 260
I
is a
see.
big level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually put a longer term. Let's put a longer term alarm right here, 260. There's no way we're
Yeah.
gonna miss that one. So this is what I do. For those who are new, I put market profile or major level 257. So I get like 3 points to tell everybody, hey, we're about to hit 260. Okay.
Solid. Looks good. All right. You guys that are here with us have any questions about anything, any charts you'd like to see? Just post it up in the chat. I see Eric was asking you, Mario, is asking if it's monthly volume profile on your weekly Apple chart. Is that what you had on there?
Hold on a second.
Apple?
Apple?
In terms of your indicator, yeah.
What is it? What was the question again? If it's my weekly?
Oh, he said you answered it. Okay.
Yeah, this is basically the weekly. I use the market profile, a volume profile. I'm sorry, right? Because I want to see those big levels. Basically, I want some help with the big levels. That doesn't happen quite often. That your stocks will come and test the levels, but when they do, look what happened when Apple got to the level. It's like an awesome opportunity to trade her off from there,
right?
And when it doesn't hold too, but it's a good reference point. What I'm looking at most of the times, what I'm looking for is reference points, right? So I want to have market structure, some way that I can look at the market and not be chasing my tail, right? Because when you go to the 15, the 5, the 1, the 30, and you just look at the 3 last days or the 5 last days, sometimes you're like, oh my God, this looks like it's gonna crash today, right? And then you go look at the longer term charts and you just realize that you're in a big uptrend. It's one of the strongest stocks in the market. It's just having a bad day because of the market, and you should be just looking to go long at support instead of trying to short it, right? So that's how I create my thesis for every stock, right? So I try to see the structure of the market, the structure of each stock. Where are we in the stock? Are we uptrending? Are we downtrending? Are we in a sideways range? Are we at top of the range and I want to be shorting? Are we at top of the range and I want to be breaking out? Or are we at the bottom of the range and vice versa, trying to buy support? Or am I going to be betting on the break of support? So for that is that I use the volume profile in that case, but I use it longer term most of the times. The rest I rely a lot on the 30-minute chart and on pattern formations on a daily chart.
Got it. So Eric, does that answer the question for you? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys, if you have any questions, throughout this, we're going to be running out of time here shortly. But I think we should look at a few more. Mario, if you're up for it, I was thinking ROKU, potentially BABA.
There you go. That's a ROKU. Absolutely, absolutely frustrating for me this week. Gotta be honest, guys.
Oh, man.
I gotta be honest. I couldn't hold it, and I was long since Monday, and I couldn't hold it. I ended up taking a couple haircuts for whatever reason, and this is beautiful. Look at the importance basically of what we were just talking about. This is a great example of what we just talked about. This is a stock, clear uptrend on the weekly. Then we have the distribution. We saw it right here, very clear on the weekly chart. Pullback, hard pullback. We get right here, and this is some support, some sort of support. See all the volume right here to the left, and then we have the formations right here. You wait for a sort of bullish formation right here, and we're looking to go long, right? So that's the weekly. With the weekly, we're thinking long, right? Doesn't mean that you cannot short for a few cents during the day, but the main idea in this case will be to go long. I'm looking at 120 at least, which is, we almost hit it today. So here's the daily chart. Again, you get to see all this area, right? To the left, should put another color, probably this one right here. And then we have it right here again.
Boom. Yeah.
Right? Problem was holding into today, right? Because we have
that upgrade.
And that upgrade, exactly. Because these 2 days, I was thinking this was gonna actually break out. You see, I got trapped right here on Monday. You remember, guys, that we opened and it was really strong, and then it would just drop with the market.
Yeah. Well, we came off all those sweepers. Was that, I believe that was late last week, right? Thursday, Friday.
That was Thursday and Friday. So we were getting sweepers in here, in here, and here. This is Friday actually. So here. Monday, it looks like we're going. So you gotta go long right here, right? And then we ended up closing right here. Now the problem when I was trying to hold some swings is the following day. So the following day we broke the
prior day low.
Yeah. So if I break the low and I'm trading this pattern right here, now I'm not liking it because I think, oh my God, we're gonna go 100, right?
Right.
But yesterday we came back most of the day. I think it closed at highs, and then today we just have the upgrade and it's gone. My target was 120, so probably tomorrow I'm just gonna close it, take it off my screen. I took it off today. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to chase it. I didn't want to give myself a hard time.
Yeah, right.
And I say I'm done with it for now. And but I mean, we need another trade on that one. Look at this.
Sure.
That's the 120, and that it is.
Yeah, even up to, I mean, 120 up to 130 could be a very quick move, you know, just based on the technicals there. But what's your red? That's the 50 MA. So that
this is the 50, 120, 50, and we've been talking. I mean, with the guys in the chat in the think tank, we're talking 107.50. 107.50 is holding 107.50. If we go over 110, we go long. If we go over 110, we go long. Today we got over 110.
Yeah, and then so come in on the 5 minute because I see Eric is asking another question about entry. There's a good example.
Oh, the execution in here, yeah.
Right.
I love to throw salt on my wounds, so let me show you.
Oh, bad. Yeah, so personally on this one, Eric, I was looking for, so we're on the 15 minute here, but I strictly trade off the 5 minute guys personally.
I'll do the 5 for a second.
And then I'm doing all my analysis on the higher time frame. So it's going to be 30 minute, hour, daily, weekly, but I don't go below the 5 minute for my trades. It's even quick scalps. I'm always on the 5. That's just what I'm comfortable with. I'm not saying that's the way you have to do it or anything, but on this ROKU, we talked about it in the morning, looking for a retest of support here at 110. As you can see, you know, no entry was triggered. This for me is not an entry just because I have $1 of risk here and I'm a little uncomfortable. I don't have a firm idea of what the reward is just because of the nature in which ROKU moves. And then also just looking back, you know, we had the gap through here and there's not a lot of price action to base your targets off of. So Mario had 120. For me, I was thinking, you know, I'll call it 115 because that's going to be more reasonable. You know, I could see a 5-point move out of this thing. 10 points, I'm thinking I may be too greedy with that kind of target, but it is an example of a failed entry there that never triggered.
Let me show you
So,
some.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Because one of the
ATR, or
guys,
what are you?
yeah, one of the guys sent me this. It didn't even beat an ATR today. Huh?
What is that?
Daily
Deep
traded range is 753, but I
versus
think it got,
average?
oh, but oh, there's a problem with this indicator. Oh no, actually, because we closed at no 108. It was $10. Yeah, this indicator's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take into account the gap. So it goes from where we open 111 to 118. That's 7 points,
Right.
750. It doesn't take into account the, well, I'll keep it. But anyways, if we discount the chart, we barely move 180R. I'm sorry, we discounted the gap.
Right.
We barely
Sure.
trade in ATR, but I don't know how.
Intraday.
Yeah, intraday.
Right.
Mhm.
So Eric, on your own trade, I mean, if you're keeping a tight risk on these things, you know, you can have good reward to risk. But for me, I'm looking to place my trades off of key levels because that's where I find higher odds setups. I didn't have, I don't know that I had a level at 113. I was more focused on the 110. And then by the time it started moving, it was too late. That's just for me. Now, in terms of Mario, can you zoom in on this when it came over the 110 on that day? Because this is another good example.
Yesterday?
Here. No, 2 days ago.
Oh, 2
When
days
it
ago.
popped over.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so this is good. So
That was Monday, actually.
okay, yeah, so this is where people are going to get caught on this thing with their aggressive entries if they're buying when the 5-minute bar is poking over the level. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here's the thing: you have to weigh your early entry. Some people are too eager and they want to get the entry as close to the level as possible, as opposed to waiting for it to pop up, come back and retest. Now, the problem with entering here, as you can see, you know, it could fail the breakout. But the problem with waiting for your retest, let's say it popped over 110, came back and then retested 110, is you don't always get that
Mm-hmm.
retest. That's
Yeah.
just the way it happens in real life trading. And so that's kind of the dichotomy of determining your entry here. I can't really give you a cut and dry answer. One way to look at this is to say, all right, if it pops over 110, I could go in with light size. That way I'm at, you know, reduced risk if it does fail. So you have to play with these things in your mind or in your own system and make a determination.
So what was his question exactly?
He is asking if we could remind him how we do entry confirmation on intraday, like breakout and retest, or just close above level on 5-minute. And so I'm saying, you know, that one way is not better than the other, because we'll see times where ROKU is going to blast through 110 and never look back. And then we'll see times like on Monday where it'll shoot over. I'm sure a lot of people got caught all in here only for it to reject. And so
same as Tuesday.
Right. Do you have any additions on that, Mario? Like any?
No, basically, I was looking at this one because we saw it and we saw the big move on Monday. I didn't get caught in here, but I did get caught anyways because I bought right here. I was a little more aggressive, so I bought like 104.75. I said like, okay, this is up, this is the pullback. I'm gonna play it. When I saw that we have the bottoming tail, I was aggressive and I bought right here. Anyways, I got hit right here, so I took a haircut right here, and then I said, okay, I'll give it another shot later on. I was working with 105.50, 107.50, right? So this is, I'm not allowed to go long in here unless I have big support, right?
Right.
Because I'm under the what we discussed. I think I shared this with you guys. There's a VWAP. You can copy it. That's the one I use just for reference. It's a good reference. So basically, the stock was under VWAP the whole day. Never happened. I stay out of it. I said Monday. I was like, okay, it's not gonna be Monday, so let me try Tuesday. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was Tuesday. I was telling Kyle, I like it. I bought again right here. I even have some calls around here. And then when the market starts selling off, for some reason, I was like, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. And it was not good trading. I'm sharing this with you guys because that was not good trading on my part. But basically, what I started seeing is like yesterday, I'm talking about the date right there, the Monday, right?
Right.
They opened it and they crashed it on me, right? So today I was like, I mean, yesterday I was a little bit nervous on that one. I took some size and I said, okay, here we found it, right? So now I'm long again right here, right? I'm having some money right here and now I'm down right here. What I see, because it's easy when we see the chart and we're like, oh my God, how can you kill it? I mean, it closed at highs. Remember, the market was going down, and this is what I saw at the time when I had to
Right.
make my decision. This is what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah. Little
So
wedge there.
now I have stock and I have options in this stock, and I'm like, and the market start falling, and I'm like, you know what? Let me close it. I'm break even pretty much. I'm done for the day. I don't want to look at it. I start looking at the volume and I say, guys, I come back at 3:30 to see how this close. When I come back at 3:30 or at 3 to see it, guess what? ROKU's up here, 109, 4 points, right? Am I going to buy it right here? No, because I was thinking 107.50. Guess where we close? 107.50. And then comes the question, am I going to go long something yesterday with the market the way it was, all the news, and I say, you know what, today I'm not going long anything, I'm staying flat.
Right, cash.
And of course, they decided to upgrade it overnight, and that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a little frustrating for me, to be honest.
That's real. That's
the real trading, guys. So
yeah, that's
basically,
real
if
life
they ask
trading.
you, it's like, yes, I did lose money, right? Trading ROKU to the long side this week. A little bit of money, but still,
Right.
you know, plus the opportunity cost because we were right. I mean, it was gonna go up, but yeah, you gotta trade it. You gotta trade it. Now with a target, I'm gonna have to wait for a second entry or a second setup, basically, not a second entry. Now what I'm looking is for a different setup because the setup that I was trading is already gone. I hope you guys see it, right? I was
Yes,
trying to
of course.
say this and this breakout right here. That's gone. 120, it's gone. It's over. I gotta come up with some other idea so that I can trade ROKU, right?
Yeah, so we'll need a new fresh game plan on this because everything we were doing in the last session, we were looking at this range right through here. So
yeah. And the middle right here was the 107, 107.50. It was working pretty good, but it's gone. It's gone for now. So that's the
moving
beauty of
forward on
trading.
this one.
Exactly. That's the beauty of trading. He's gonna give us another entry for sure.
Right.
Sure.
And we discussed, I got 120 here in my notes, so that's gonna be a level of focus going forward.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I should put the alarm now. I think I have it right there. Yeah. I'm gonna put it lower. I'm gonna put 120. There you go.
We got a couple minutes left. Should we squeeze in one more chart here?
Sure.
I'm thinking, we've been looking a lot at Baba, and so that may be a good one to cover.
I did it, and I have. I don't know
Baba.
why I have. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay, what's the main play in Baba?
I've got. Let me bring up my chart on my other screen here. I'm looking at the. Looks like I've been looking at the 165 and 1635, but I see after hours we're moving
62.
way below that. Yeah.
This is where we are. 61.75. So that's the weekly. 77 is definitely resistance for this one as far as volume, right? That would be the longer term. And let's go to the daily. I think Baba has been in a range, basically.
Yeah.
We can call that a range too. Quite interesting. I'll say 170. 170, yeah. And
Right.
now
Yeah.
160, and now 162.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Let's do it again. 170 and
Let me make
162.
a note.
And by the way, 170 is the 200 MA, right? So 170 is the 200 moving average for BABA.
Noted.
And
Okay.
171, which is pretty much the same, is the 50 MA. So can this cross and become the dead cross?
They can.
Absolutely. All we need is a little bit of a sell-off.
Yeah, which we
down,
make. I mean,
yeah, which we're trading 162.30 right here. So we're gonna be right here. This color, I don't like that color.
let's see a shorter time frame. Maybe game plan a little bit for tomorrow on this thing.
We can totally game plan this. This is the kind of stocks that we gotta like go to the shorter time frame to game plan basically.
Right.
We got something right here. So let's do the 30 now. So we go to the 30, and this is where we game plan basically. You want to do the lines?
I'm looking at. See, I had this 163 area. Got recent lows there from Friday, Wednesday again. Yeah, so I'm considering. The thing is that I know there's a big support zone here. Yeah, you got the wedge. Mm-hmm. So you really want to see, guys looking at this, you really want to see a strong flush through with volume behind it. Yes. Otherwise, buyers are going to step in down here and you're going to get stopped out of that play. Oops. Cleared that. Here we go. That was the general idea here. So what are your thoughts on this, Mario? I mean, starting to take a nibble of short side below 162? Or, I mean, what are you thinking? What are you thinking on this?
I'll definitely look at, if it's momentum, I'll need to break 162.
Okay.
But here's a big question. What if we go and retest, what's the low today? 64?
165 area. I got it. You see that little level there?
Or I'd rather play against this.
Okay.
See this congestion right here?
Right.
63, 64. I don't want it to come in here. Can you see my cursor? Yeah, right. I think you can.
Yeah, I see it.
I don't want it coming in here. I'd rather have it because we're gapping probably 162, sorry. So I'd rather have it coming into this zone right here. You see?
Right.
I'm failing. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
That'll be my idea. So I'll be say versus 163.50, 64, BABA, to go short. Versus 163.50 to 164. That'll be to go short in case we bounce a little bit at the open. And then if we flush, I'll take the flush. That'll be the other simpler idea, right? So that'll be my plan.
So
once we get 165, I'm I don't know if I want to be short 165.
Okay, noted. Okay, so execution wise, we're looking at a momentum flush through 162 could give you a potential entry, or pop to 1635, 164 area to get short against that kind of congestion area. Okay. Noted. Now, what's a target here? What are we looking at for targets in terms of short side on this one? 160, 158, or what do we got?
60-30 probably. And 60-30 is like 2 ATRs from the moving average 20. So 60-30 could be. Okay. Just, but because I don't have anything, not on volume profile, I don't have anything. Let's go and find it on the daily. but I don't see much as far as target. So I'm thinking 60. What was the name? What was the number? 60-30, like right
Yeah.
around here,
Right.
right? And then because this is a mess. It's a
Yeah, it
total,
is.
this
It
is
is.
a total mess. But the reason I like I don't use Bollinger Bands, but I do have one of my screens. I do have the Bollinger Bands for the daily chart. So in that case, I can see that 2 ATRs to the downside will be 160.30 in BABA. Like in this case, I have no reference. I don't know where to go with this one, right?
Right.
So 160.30. That's the reference point in that case.
Okay.
And
All right.
then
Maybe 158 then if 160 is lost.
and we
Potentially.
said 163. Let me see if we have. Yeah. So basically, this is what I like. This is what I will like. I want to be short versus this zone
That
right here,
area.
right?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So basically, all I'm thinking is if we bounce and we go, oh my God, the color. If we bounce and we come right here and we failed, I can short, and the stop will be whatever whatever formation we have on a daily on our
Right.
intraday pattern. Now, if we don't do that and we just go, we just flush, and we're happy to.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's going to bring great volume in too. So
yeah, Baba, yeah, short watch, absolutely. Plus news, right?
yeah.
It's got the news. It's got the news.
Okay. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for coming, guys. Looks like a lot of people took off early, but I'll get the recording posted up. Mario, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming, guys. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure.
And we'll
And don't get me wrong. Every time we do this, like you've seen it, guys, in the room. I mean, like we make money.
yeah.
I mean, it helps us a lot.
No doubt.
It helps a lot.
No doubt.
It's awesome. Just write down the levels and make money, guys. Be safe.
For sure. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the think tank.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.